Welcome into episode 65 of the Sports Desk. I'm Splash, he's Jack, and today I'm going to open up with a question. Jack, we're going to play The Price is Right a little bit here.
Oh boy, I love The Price is Right.
Yes. I'm going to describe an item, and you tell me how much you think it costs. All right.
Actual retail price without going over, right? That's the word?
Yes, actual retail price without going over. The World Champions Burger is a half-pound Wagyu beef burger on a toasted Irish buttered brioche bun. The burger is topped with cage-free pan-fried eggs, old leaf-wrapped Hudson Valley foie gras, grilled cold water lobster tail, heirloom tomato, garden-fresh bib lettuce, Tillamook cheddar cheese, and truffle aioli. It comes with a side of Parmesan waffle fries, but that's not all. The blank burger also includes a replica World Series ring. Jack, how much does the World Champions Burger cost?
$25,000.
Hilariously wrong, but
that's wrong?
the burger is $151.
$151. Somebody described it as $25,000.
Yes. Like... The limited edition World Series ring is $25,000.
Okay, there you go. That's what I remember. Somebody in like one of my group chats talked to me about that earlier, and I was like, this is like 25,000 or something like that, but the burger's only like 100 something, which is still ridiculous.
Oh man, I'm going to at least one Braves game this summer with my dad. I need to have the World Champions Burger, man. I know it's $151. I don't care that it's $151. I will make more money in my life. I will not have more opportunities than to get the World Champion Burger.
You sound like I did right before I had my first Dodger dog. Like it was, yeah.
Like, look, Truist Park, and then Turner Field before that, SunTrust Park, wherever the Braves play, they have some fun food options. The World Champions Burger, oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited. Baseball is back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I have a lot of work tonight. I have AL Cy Young predictions, NL Cy Young predictions, AL NL MVP, AL NL playoff predictions. We might have a new world champion, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe not new, but maybe recent.
How recent would you describe 1993?
I don't know. Not that recent, but
yeah. I may or may
considering
not
how long baseball's been around, it's definitely like more recent than I would say.
I may or may not have a Canadian team winning the World Series this year, but we will get to that in a little bit. The fun fact of the day. Today is April 6th. 2022. It is the 49th anniversary of the beginning of the designated hitter in Major League Baseball. Ron is it Blomberg? I think it's Blomberg.
I don't know for sure.
Oh my goodness. It's Ron. It's something. Shoot, where is it? Oh, yeah. Ron Blomberg, not Bloomberg. Ron Blomberg, first designated hitter, April 6th, 1973. Tomorrow, we begin a new era. National League designated hitters. Shout out to Max Fried, the hopefully, final pitcher to win the Silver Slugger in the National League. Congratulations, everyone. We have done it. Marcell Ozuna has a spot in our lineup, even though he's a piece of crap off the field. Nelson Cruz is on the National League team. What's not to like?
I mean, baseball's back. I think it's just pretty exciting that we've even made it to this point, considering where we were not too long ago, wondering if there was even going to be a full season because of the lockout, and now here we are. So.
Yeah, and there was that week, maybe 2 weeks, that we're just going to have 156 games. Like, we're going to miss the first 2 weeks of the season. And then at the final hour, they're like...
Literally, like, the 11th hour, like, right there, they're like, we got a deal.
Yeah, we're like, LOL, no. So, baseball is back tomorrow. Do you want to run through some predictions now, or do you want to start with hot takes?
I think we'll start with takes, and then we'll get through the predictions.
Let's get
you have a lot more predictions than I do, but I can.
Oh man, I have so many. I have more baseball predictions than NFL predictions.
He likes baseball, guys. In case you didn't.
Yes,
know.
I love me some baseball. The Brewers are making trades. I don't know why the Brewers have acquired not one but two catchers today, but that's neither here nor there. Let's fire up the hot take-o-meter as I eventually find the ability to share my screen.
Eventually.
All right. There we go. Are you ready, Jack?
Let's do it.
Oh, that was the wrong button. Okay.
Hold up.
Boom.
There we go.
There we go. Beautiful.
Can actually move this.
Easy breezy cover girl. What's your favorite, like, random brand?
That's a good question. I'll get back to you.
We should definitely like tier list brands or brand
Like
logos.
just random brand. We see commercials all the time during sports games. Might as well.
Yeah.
You know what I was just thinking too? I was thinking the other night how much it just hit me in the face how much I miss the Bud Light, the Dilly Dilly commercials. Those were good.
Yeah,
if any commercial out there is good, those were like GOAT tier.
Those are good. Also, the Budweiser Clydesdale commercials are iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else. There are some really good commercials. I know we had some awful ones this year, but there are a lot of good commercials, and I appreciate the effort these teams, these advertising teams put into their work. Like the Budweiser with the frog, the Bud.
Yeah.
Why is there that? Like that's a banger. I don't even drink. That's a banger commercial. The what's that? That one's one's iconic. God. Budweiser, big props to Budweiser. Free advertising on our show as well.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored at all. Okay, what brand of alcohol would we be sponsored by? Like, if we like were sponsored by one, what do you think it would be?
I think it's got to be Budweiser now that we've said it like 600 times.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We should
see. Actually, I was interested. I found there's a drink, right? It's like Kansas's state drink is like vodka and Kool-Aid. Something along those lines. Yeah, exactly.
What?
And I'm like, whoa. Whoa.
That sounds like like some kind of concoction in like a laboratory that somebody just threw together. I don't know.
Yeah. And I was I get these peach teas, like not Arizona, but like the Peace brand with the like the thumb. I don't have one of the cans with me, but like it has the thing on that holds the peach, right? I can imagine that's like a popular like mix. Like I know my grandmother likes Long Island iced teas because it looks like Coke, but it's like some alcohol. I don't know why we're on this, but let's continue with some hot takes. This is from Pat's Express, new user on the app. Welcome. He says the Patriots trade down in the first round.
First of all, shout out to Pat's Express, new user. We're going to send you points for your take being on the show.
Yes, sir. How much was it?
1,000 right now is what it says. Probably just 500. I think that's my guess.
Yeah,
I agree with it because it feels like that's a very Bill Belichick thing to do. It feels like if he's not like, I don't remember where the Patriots pick in the first rounds, but it just feels like something that Bill Belichick would do, or he would like go for like this big reach. Like,
are they 21? Were they ahead? Are they after the Raiders? They're like 21. Yeah, I think they're 21. So they are in prime like Drake London territory. I don't know. I don't think they trade down. I think they stay put. I don't think they trade up either.
It just feels like if they don't trade down, they're going to take somebody. Like, you know what they did with N'Keal Harry a few years ago. Nobody was expecting that. Lord. That was just like totally out of the blue. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It could happen. It feels very Belichick-esque, but if they don't trade down, I would expect a reach.
Oh, okay. Are they going to take a long snapper?
Oh my God, not that big of a reach.
You should have seen the mock draft that I did with Zach. It was like an April Fool's mock, but we wanted to make it as realistic as possible. So like each individual pick made sense, but then you look at the end of the first round, and Hayden Hutchinson's still on the board, Kayvon Thibodeau's still on the board, all the quarterbacks are still on the board, Kyle Hamilton's still on the board.
I suggested to you guys too. I was like, just take a punter first overall. I didn't realize you were trying to keep it realistic.
We did actually take a punter in the first round. He went to Green Bay.
Did.
Matt Araiza. Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay. We need to have a show that we go on PFF and we just crank the settings just stupid and like let it happen. Let it happen. Like, are the Ravens going to take a quarterback in the first round? Maybe, right? Are the Jags going to take another quarterback? Jets take a quarterback? Jets take two quarterbacks in the top 10? Yes. Those are the kind of wonky things that happen. But thank you, Pat's Express. All right. We have one of your colleagues, Super Bowl champ Holden. He says San Diego State puncher Matt Araiza will be drafted before the 6th round.
I see a lot of good talk about him. I think it's really weird with punters because with the special teams pick, you're probably going to want to take like 6th or 7th round.
Right.
But like, is this is the same? I just want to be clear. This is the same guy everybody's been calling the punt god.
Yes, this is punt god. This
I
is
think
the guy that punts 80 yards.
I think there's a real chance he goes 5th round.
He might even go higher than that. I think with Ariza, he's such a unique talent that he's gonna get pushed up the draft board. It's kind of like, let me explain. It's kind of like how quarterbacks aren't as good at football as other positions, but they are a quarterback and they are incredibly valuable to that team. So they get like elevated in the draft. It's like a shortstop, right? The shortstop might not be as well-rounded of a player, but they play shortstop. That's so valuable. Or catcher, that's so valuable. So I think the value isn't necessarily there with punter, but the skill is. Like, I think Ariza is a top 3. Like, he is a blue chip talent. He is a blue chip punter, whatever that means. Linderbaum's a blue chip center. Kyle Hamilton's a blue chip safety. Obviously, they're not going to go 1, 2, 3 because positional value. But I think a team is going to do it before the 6th round. But the problem is it worth it to spend that draft pick on a punter? I don't think so, because
I don't think it is.
You look at the data. You look at when a team drafts a kicker, punter, long snapper, whatever. If they draft them, say, 5th round. Well, what is that value 5th round compared to undrafted? It's not much. In some cases, it's worse. Remember, Justin Tucker was undrafted.
2 words. Sam Sloman. We took him with a 7th round pick, and he was cut by the halfway point.
Yeah, or Roberto Aguayo. He was a 2nd round pick. He was
a 2nd round pick?
Yes.
Oh,
good job, Tampa Bay. Sebastian Janikowski went in the 1st round. He's a good kicker. He's a fine kicker, a good long-range kicker. But the problem is you have to be that much better than a 7th round pick. Janikowski, there's 7th round picks. There's undrafted guys that beat out Janikowski that were just flat out better kickers for a long time, right? And I don't want to use Tucker as the example every time, but the greatest kicker in NFL history is undrafted. Like this, and this isn't like a Brady thing that, oh, well, he a 6th round pick. Brady was still a 6th round pick. He still went in the draft. It would be very different if like Kurt Warner was like the greatest quarterback ever. But there's so little variance at the kicker position that 1st round pick kicker, that 3rd round pick kicker, that 5th round pick punter, I don't think they're moving the needle as much as you need them to. But the difference between a 5th round edge and an undrafted edge, that could be gigantic. A 5th round corner and an undrafted corner, like the difference between a guy like Thomas Graham, who I really like, Oregon guy with the Bears now. The difference between taking Thomas Graham like on day 3 and taking a punter on day 3, that's gigantic. Thomas Graham is a NFL starter. Matt Ariza, yes, he's going to be an NFL starter, but is he so much better than an undrafted punter? Is he so much better than Jake Camarda, Cameron Dicker, the other specialists in this class? You can argue, yes, he's better, but how much better? Like, is it worth taking him in the first 150 picks? Is it worth taking him in the first 100 picks? Right? I don't think so. I don't think so. Also, Caitlin in the chat, a Scotch bonnet is a kind of pepper.
That's about all I know about it. It's it's hotter than cayenne and it's colder than habanero.
Yeah, colder.
Colder. I don't really know what the term is. Less spicy, I guess we'll say.
Yeah,
less
I think
spicy.
that's there we go. Or I think that one works. All right.
I don't know the actual term.
Yeah. It has fewer Scovilles.
Lower on the Scoville.
Yes. Okay. We have our friend Nick Spano. He says a certain Tiger makes the cut at the Masters.
I think he does it. I think he's not at like, I don't think he's going to be playing at like 100% Tiger Woods level.
Oh, I think 100% Tiger.
That's
that's way gone. That's 15 years gone.
Absolutely.
Like he wasn't even 100% at the 2008 U.S. Open.
But I think he makes the cut. I think he can do it.
Yeah, I think it's a solid bet. Obviously, I don't want to bet against Tiger because we saw a couple years ago, like he still has some brilliance in him. But I don't know. I think it's a solid bet that he makes the cut. I'm excited to. I don't know how much I'm going to be watching the Masters because baseball is going to be on this weekend. But
exactly,
I might turn it on Saturday, Sunday because you know what? This stupid TV in my dorm might have gets CBS and NBC and Fox and ABC, but it doesn't have TBS. So I had to watch the national championship game for college basketball on my laptop.
See,
Boo.
I've watched Rams games on my laptop before,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched the Super Bowl on this computer.
Oh.
But
Ew,
it's
ouch.
I don't know
Really?
how I did that. I'm gonna be completely honest. I just don't know how I did it.
No, how do you not have Fox or whatever?
No,
channel
I
it was
do.
on?
I do. I used
Okay.
Hulu. I had everything, but it's just
Okay. It's weird.
I think it just comes down to personal choice. Like, do I feel like watching it? Do I feel like sitting like close to my monitor where I can see everything, or do I feel like leaning back on a couch and then losing my mind to the point where the whole house can hear me? So it's like,
Yeah, I'm definitely a couch watcher. Like if I'm watching a football game, I'd rather watch it on the couch. Now, if I'm
I
doing,
would
like,
I would have
film
definitely
breakdown,
rather watched the Super Bowl on the couch, but
yeah, if
I
I'm
think it
doing
was
like film or like whatever like that, then I'll watch it on my laptop or my phone. But like when I'm bringing in the game the first time, it has to be on the big screen, man. It has to be on the big screen.
Mm-hmm. I get
All
it.
right.
I think I was like not 100% healthy during the Super Bowl either, so I was like just kind of stuck
Be
in my
like
room
that.
a little bit. Yeah.
It'd be like that. All right, we have one more take. This is from our friend Birch Bombs. This is about your Lakers. LeBron James will leave the Lakers this offseason. 5,000 points.
Pepper X. I don't think he leaves unless he retires. I think it's
Ooh, okay. Okay. I cannot see LeBron retiring this
me
year.
neither. I know it's
Me
like kind of a disaster right now. It is a
of.
pretty low point.
I
I'm
mean,
sure you're
very
feeling it for
much a
sure. It's like
disaster.
very much a disaster. The Lakers are my proof. Every time somebody is like, "Oh, LA always has to buy all their championships," I will direct anybody who says that to the 2021-2022 LA Lakers, because you've got three. Would you consider Westbrook a top 10 player? I'm pretty sure you would.
No.
No?
He's not top 10. He can play like a top 10 player. He's not a top 10 player right now.
Okay.
No.
So I'll say three, like maybe top 10 players, top 15.
You have 3 all-star level players.
Yeah, 3 all-star level players, and they were hurt all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna make too many more excuses. They just could not get it done.
Do you want a stat? You're not gonna like this.
I think I know what stat you're gonna say. I'm gonna guess.
Okay,
it's the first time that a top 2 favorite team has missed the playoffs since 1984, 1985.
You caught me red-handed. Dang.
I had to write that in
there you go, Jack.
I had to write that in the newsletter. So.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Since they started the whole like opening odds season, the Lakers are the first team to be a top 2 favorite and miss the playoffs entirely. So, wow.
Hurts.
Good job. I mean, I'm sorry that you know that, but good job. Wow. You're right.
Yeah. It's not great in Lakerville right now, but I'm imagining that Frank Vogel will be out. I hate that it's one of those end of season firings, but I mean, I guess now it doesn't really matter.
For sure.
I don't know how, like, now that this has actually happened to one of my teams in like recent memory, I guess the Kings maybe too, but like if you know that you're going to get fired at the end of the season, I don't know how you really show up to work anymore.
Yeah,
like if that was me,
lame duck thing. It's like I think of it in terms of like politics more so. So like say Trump, right? After November, whatever day the election was, what is he doing? Like he has no purpose for the next 2 months, right? And it's the same thing. Like as soon as Obama got elected the second time, there's no purpose. Like it's January, whatever, 2013. From that point on, Obama doesn't have to do anything really because he doesn't have to worry about another election. He's not running for president.
I don't think we should say that exactly, but
you get what I'm saying. That
idea,
there's like he could have just sat in the White House, just like he could have just played basketball for 4 years, and it doesn't matter, right? Because he's just a lame duck president at that point. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you.
So like obviously he did things, but he didn't have a political career to continue. It's just this is the last stop of his political career. Right. It would be like, I don't know, like I'm graduating from college in a month. Do I really need to finish a paper if I know I'm already going to have a 97 in the class? Maybe, maybe not. I can phone it in on Like, do I really need to do a discussion post
I just
tonight?
think that with sports, I think it's a little different though, because like you have a chance to get hired again.
This
So
is
it's
true.
like
This is
it's
true.
like you don't want to check out completely because that just makes you look bad. But then
Mhm.
at the same time, like it's not guaranteed you're gonna get a new job either. So it's kind of just
Mhm.
like what's the point? It feels a little weird, but
But at the same time, like you have players that check out mentally, players and coaches that check out, and then the next year it turns around. Well, really, should I actually, like say Derek Stingley in he was awesome at LSU in 2019, one of the best cornerback seasons ever, and then the last years he kind of phoned it in. He's still going to be a top 20 pick probably. Also, my dad thinks I should do my homework. Thanks, Dad.
yes, you do.
But like,
I love
say
it.
like Whitney Merciless a couple years ago on the horrendous Texans teams. Do you fault him on a 4-10 team for like phoning it in and not trying? You probably should, but like, I think NFL teams, sports teams around it, like they can understand the context of like, although it is a bad look, right? It is a bad look
Yeah.
that Whitney Merciless just kind of phoned it in. It is a bad look that Stingley kind of phoned it in for the last 2 years. So
It's
I
a bad look
will
that,
agree there.
Vontae Davis just phoned it in the middle of the game and just quit.
But hey, that was the end of his career. He didn't have to worry about another job after that.
That's true, but it's like I don't know.
Okay,
It's like if Tom Brady randomly decided to retire at halftime. Like
now that would be funny.
that would be funny as hell.
That would break social media.
That would like I feel like that would hurt his Hall of Fame chances a little bit.
What? From what?
Kind of.
100% to 99.999999999%.
I'm totally kidding, by the way. I'm totally kidding. I'm just it's weird.
Oh man. Okay, so this made me think of something. Earlier in the week, I was thinking, okay, well, the Braves won the World Series, right? But who on the Braves just got like totally bailed out by the Braves actually winning the World Series? So I wanted to pose you this. Who's a player on one of your teams that has won a title, but they like stunk in the World Series, NBA Finals, Stanley Cup, Super Bowl, whatever, that just stunk, but they're a insert sports championship champion because, someone else picked up the slack a little bit.
There's a couple players that come to mind on the Rams just this last year. I think David Long is one of them. He did have a couple pick sixes, but outside of those pick sixes, he did not have a very good year. Mm-hmm. I want to say Nick Scott too, but he stepped it up. I feel like
didn't he have an interception? Was it an interception in the NFC title game? That's right.
No, that was Trevin Howard that had that interception. Right. I'm leaving out Jalen Ramsey. He played like crap in the Super Bowl, but he had a good season overall, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. Getting murdered on a deep ball to T. Higgins, I would classify that as a well. Granted, yes. You don't need to bring out your old helmet.
It's not within reach right now. Otherwise, I totally would. But
because there's always like the winners write the history, if you will. So like the Braves win the World Series. It doesn't matter that Ozzie Albies didn't have a great World Series. It doesn't matter that Travis d'Arnaud was, whatever. Like it mattered. Jorge Soler was great. Freddie was great. Fried was great. Matzik was great. So on and so forth. You go down the line, and then at the end of the line, it doesn't really matter, right? Mm-hmm. But then if you look at, say, I don't know, like the 2018 Cavs, you're going to look at, J.R. Smith blew game one, George Hill blew game one, and they're like the scapegoats, if you will. And it's funny how, because winners write so much of the history, that there's no scapegoats if you win the title, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of winning a title, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, the Kansas Jayhawks for the first time since 2008 have won the title.
What was the deficit? It was like
they're down 16.
Yeah, 16-point deficit.
Largest comeback in the history of the championship game. The previous was actually 1963. Loyola Chicago was down 15, came back and won. I could not believe it. It was 40-25. Kansas says, LOL, psych, goes on this crazy run. That was such a bizarre game. Like you had the Kansas player run out of bounds with 4 seconds left. I was having like I would
have burst out laughing. I don't think I saw that live, but I would have burst out laughing if I did.
Yeah, my next my next neighbor like over is a Kansas fan. I would imagined if I was a Kansas fan watching that, I would have just nope. It's head into the wall at that point. Full speed spearing. It's nah, fam. And then like is it, oh shoot, I forget the Carolina guy that took a 40-footer, like several 40-footers in the last like minute, and I'm like, I get it. You want to be the hero. You want to make this
really
shot?
desperate, honestly.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, brutal. So congratulations, Kansas. Congratulations, Jayhawks Nation. In is it Manhattan? Not Manhattan. Lawrence, Kansas. Manhattan is where K-State plays. Congratulations to those in Lawrence. You get another championship. First since 2008. Of course, that year was a lot of fun. Mario Chalmers hit the big shot in the title game. The D Rose was that year. Chris Douglas Roberts was on that Memphis team. All 4 number 1 seeds went to Final Four that year, which I know I have a mixed relationship with upsets, but that was a very good Final Four, a very good national championship game. So, Rock Shock, congratulations.
That kind of game, it always makes me like wonder what it would be like to go to a football stadium to watch a basketball game. Like it really.
Oh, do you want to get strange. Pictures? Because these are baffling pictures.
We should find pictures. Yeah, I'll let you look for pictures. It just seems so strange to me. Like just because of how small the court is. Like imagine getting nosebleed seats to it, and it's like I don't even think they actually use like the football stadium seats. Like I saw a video, and it was like they're like building bleachers on top of the seats that are already built into the stadium. So it's like temporary seating and crap like that. I know there's a lot of temporary seating, obviously, like near the court. It just seems so weird to me.
I got a picture. From 2015 when it was at Lucas Oil. So Duke, Wisconsin, right? Biggest game of the year. And it's at Lucas Oil Stadium, right? Mm-hmm. Same place that hosted the college football national championship this year. Here's a picture. If my laptop will.
There we go. Yeah, look at all of that. Like it's just not.
Respectfully, no. Like, no.
I can't see anything.
At what point would you rather just watch at home?
Like, just put them in an NBA stadium or something.
You can't even see the Jumbotron.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I'm sitting that, like imagine sitting in like those upper deck seats on the left or the right of that picture. Like you can't see anything.
I've been to Lucas Oil. This is horrendous.
It's one thing to go to it for like football because of like the bigger playing surface and you can actually see what's going on. But like for basketball, it's just so small and condensed. Like,
yeah, it's like I've sat a couple different places at Lucas Oil. Very nice stadium. Highly recommend going at some point in your life. But
it makes me wonder.
You can see so much. And like we sat the first day we sat like in the corner of the end zone, like I don't know, 25 rows back. Like that was a pretty good, you could see the entire field, right? You could see the entire field. And then the next day we sat, or 2 days later, we sat in the front row in the end zone. Very cool. Even though the action was happening on the other sideline, other end of the field, on the other opposite sideline, we could still see stuff. It was very good. And Jacob in the comments, I think it's a good idea business-wise, but how in the world are you going to see anything? Like at that point, you're just there to say you were there, and then you don't tell people that you were actually like 1,000 feet away from anything relevant.
I want to kind of say that feels like the NHL outdoor games as of late, because the NHL outdoor games are like that, but they don't even have all that temporary seating around. Like it's literally just like they set up like decorations between the rink and the stands.
Right.
And that's like all it is.
There are no fans at the Lake Tahoe games, right?
No. Okay. Those are cool. I like those.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I just wish it would have like the sun would not have melted the ice halfway through the first game because
also
the views
Jersey
were fantastic.
Oh
yeah, they used the reverse retro jerseys for that game.
Was it Vegas, Colorado? That was the
Vegas, Colorado, and then the next day Boston played Philadelphia.
That's right. So super excited. So congratulations, Kansas. Congratulations to the fans that watched the game on TV. rather than paying thousands and thousands of dollars to get into the stadium and like look at a crowd of people for 3 hours. So that'll work.
You get a lot of crowd noise. You can record yourself a lot of stock sound effects for crowd noise.
Yeah, you can have some TikToks, you can get that location services, get, that pumping. Yeah, woo.
Maybe get some cool pictures. I don't know.
Would you rather pay $151 for a burger or thousands of dollars to go to a sporting event like that?
Where I could not see the game, I would rather pay. I would rather pay for the burger. I'm
gonna have to strike a deal with my dad that instead of like paying for better ticket, instead of getting a $150 ticket and a $5 burger, we get a $5 ticket and a $150 burger. I'm sure he's rolling his eyes as we speak, but oh man, I need that burger, man. I need that. I don't even like half the things on the burger. Like I don't want to eat.
He just wants to. It's the taste of being a champion.
It's the
experience.
It's this experience of being a champion. It's the experience of being a champion. I don't care how much that bottle of champagne costs.
Aaron Donald does not care.
No,
he does not care.
Aaron Donald could probably buy lots of bottles of champagne with his exorbitant contract. Speaking of contracts,
that's about to get extended, by the way.
Oh yes. Oh my.
Perfect segue. Perfect segue.
Yeah. How many bottles of champagne do you think Bobby Wagner can buy?
I don't know, but we're gonna find out at the end of next NFL season because Bobby Wagner signed it was 5 years, $50 million, I believe, deal.
Yeah, he decided not to go to Baltimore, even though we offered him more money.
I think the Rams contract is interesting because it has I think there's an out after 2 years, so he can kind of he has to meet certain. He has to meet certain. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Plateau
incentives. Incentives. He has to meet certain incentives in order to get that potential out after the first 2 years. So he can choose to stay or he can choose to go. I think it feels like the Rams are still kind of in repeat mode.
Yes. Well, congratulations. It's crazy that it hasn't even been 2 months yet.
God, it's not real, man. I'm telling you, it's not real. Yeah, it's perfect. It's the perfect, literally the perfect replacement for Von Miller. It does still suck to see Von leave, but I think Von Miller was kind of in a Corey Seager type situation, if you know what I mean. He won a championship, and then he has an opportunity to now decide, do I want to make money or what the hell do I do? And the thing about Von is that this was the first time I think in his career that he ever had this big of a free agency decision, and he had total control over it. So I'm not upset at him for going to Buffalo. I just think all the teasing he did is kind of what made it sting a little bit. He was like, should I do this? Should I stay? Should I go back or whatnot?
He was trolling Denver fans too.
Yeah. He was like, I think 58 would look good again in blue and orange. So that was
man, I do wish Vaughn had stayed. Either stayed with the Rams or gone back to Denver. I think either of those picks. Buffalo? Really? Buffalo?
I mean, okay. Buffalo's kind of gearing up again a little bit because they had
but it's
Stephon Diggs
Buffalo,
deal.
Right? Would you honestly move from Los Angeles to Buffalo? Respectfully? You just won a Super Bowl with the Los Angeles Rams.
You're in a big market, a huge market, and you have
to deal with the cold again.
Bowl. And now you want to play in SoFi as the visitor. I don't actually know whether they're the Rams. I know the Rams play the Bills next year. I don't know whether that's a home game or not. But
I want to say it's at SoFi because if I recall, they played. Actually,
I'm gonna check.
Did they play in 2018? Right.
They played 2020.
That's right. Okay, because I forgot that game existed because that was the game you guys came back from down 25 while running the football.
And then the Phantom PI screwed us. That's a home game. That's a home game. We played
that's my go-to game when describing why you should not abandon the run. Well, Sean McVay had a 50-50 run pass split when down 25. They tied the game.
He abandoned the run in the Super Bowl and we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, hey, maybe it worked. Maybe
it's game dependent.
I'm going to be an NFL head coach. I'm just going to throw the football. No runs.
And what if Lamar Jackson was your quarterback, though?
Well, scrambles are fine.
I guess so.
Although he doesn't. Okay, this is a misconception about Lamar. Lamar's actually not much of a scrambler. He's, I don't want to say that. He's very efficient as a scrambler, but he doesn't scramble as often as you think because so many of his runs are designed runs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he always looks to run. Plays. Well, no, half of it, more than like 75% of his runs are designed for him to run the ball. It would be like calling a quarterback sneak and then saying, look, Brady's scrambling. What a run. It's a you are actively calling a quarterback sneak there. It's not him scrambling, right? Or you're like the 4th and 2 against Seattle. That's not a scramble. That's a quarterback power, right? Or most of his rushing touchdowns, like especially around the goal line, those are designed runs. He's not scramble. No, he's not doing that. It's like snap, beat, then go, right? That's how power works, right?
Yeah.
Or that's how draws and powers work. So, like last year, he scrambled a little bit more than his last 2 seasons, but he's not a guy that has led the league in scrambles. Or if he did it this year. The last 2 years, he was like 4th or 5th, but he runs the ball so much, people just kind of assume. Like Michael Vick was more of a scrambler because there were very, very few designed runs in the Atlanta offense for him because that's just not how you work your offense. But
yeah,
if you turn your back on Michael Vick, he's down the field, right? If you do that on Lamar's going to look to throw first. Go back to his film at Louisville. He still was looking to throw first.
I love how I got you on this whole tangent about Lamar Jackson.
It's valid. It's valid.
It is valid. It is valid.
It's
You're not
valid.
Wrong. One last note that I wanted to make about Bobby Wagner is that he said that the icing on the cake for his deal was that he gets to play the Seahawks twice a year.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, and they don't have Russ as their quarterback anymore. He is going to do some not nice things to Drew Lock or whoever their starter is going to be. Baker Mayfield, maybe. I don't know.
Lock. You know what? I want Baker Mayfield on the Carolina Panthers or Jimmy Garoppolo. I need the Panthers to not have the worst quarterback in the NFL. I don't like the Panthers. I find the Panthers fans annoying from time to time. But what makes me the most annoyed is I looked at their roster last night because I write this article explaining why each team can win the Super Bowl. And I'm looking at the Carolina roster, and I'm like, okay, McCaffrey, I like McCaffrey. I like DJ Moore. Anderson's cool. Terrace Marshall's cool. The offensive line, you can draft a tackle at 6. I'd like it a lot more. I'd like Christensen. I like Moton. Bradley Bozeman coming in to be the center. I like that. The tight end room can use some improvement. But, hey, there's draft picks this year you can use on a tight end. The defense, Shaq Thompson, big fan of him. Jeremy Chin, huge fan of Jeremy Chin. Brian Burns is nice. J.C. Horn is coming off of an injury. So you're getting essentially 2 first-round pick caliber players coming in. And then you look at the quarterback room, and I wanted to throw my laptop through the wall. I could not fathom that
is P.J. Walker still there even?
Yes, P.J. Walker's still there.
So it's Sam Darnold and P.J. Walker, the first 2.
Oh, and Cam Newton.
Cam Newton is still there.
Yeah. We talk about the Three Stooges. Why? Okay, here's a stat for you. From week 4 and on, guess the bottom 2 quarterbacks according to PFF grade.
Newton and Darnold.
Yes.
I'm on a roll today.
Yes. With enough snaps because number 1 is actually Mike Glennon, but he didn't play enough snaps to qualify.
I think it's just.
Are you kidding me?
On another topic, I think it's kind of really weird that we're living in a reality where it's not impossible that the Browns start the season with Baker Mayfield still on the roster.
Just trade him to Carolina, man. Trade him to Carolina. Trade him to Seattle.
They're just looking to not be in too much trouble and not have to dig themselves out of a hole if Deshaun gets suspended. So it's
Mm-hmm. Oh, they did bring in Jacoby Brissett anyways. Baker is better than.
There's been worse.
Yeah, Baker is better than Brissett, but Brissett's not. Brissett's better than Darnold.
They're all better than Darnold, except maybe Newton. But
oh my goodness.
Oh God, I can't believe I had to watch Cam Newton in a primetime game against the Rams a few years ago.
Did you know that the Panthers as a team had a passer rating of 68.5?
Did not know that. That's
That's
egregious.
Yeah. Like, you look at Lawrence, you look at Zach Wilson, you look at the rookies that turn the ball over. They were at least in the 70s. Carolina had no 70 is too high for them. Like 90 is average. Ben Roethlisberger had one in the 90s, right? What? Carolina, man, this has turned into a Carolina rant. I'm sorry, Panthers fans.
What's next on the list? MLB predictions, I think.
Yeah, let's get into it. So I'm actually going to go back to a hot take. One of the takes I made on uSTADIUM. If you are interested, I made this glorious take. Where is it? Here we go. I made this take. I'm really proud of this take. No one's agreed or disagreed with it yet. Focus, please. Luis Robert plus Byron Buxton is greater than 20 Baseball Reference WAR in 2021. That is my take. That is my ultimate hot take. Shaq, do you have any hot takes?
Do I have any hot takes? Dodgers go 162 and out. No, I'm just kidding. That's Pepper X. That's like if you could throw the top of the thing through.
So I do have a question for you. So the over under for the Dodgers is 98.5. I would imagine you bet the over on that. How high would that number have to be for you to bet the under?
110.
Okay. So if it was 109.5, you're betting the over still. But if it was 110.5, you're betting the under.
See, when you throw 0.5s into it, it gets like really complicated. I think anything above 105, I think is more realistic than I would bet the under. Okay. I think 105 is where they get
I think 98.5 is just kind of child's play.
Yeah, they're going to get to 100. I think it's pretty obvious. Hopefully. The season hasn't been played yet. I could be completely wrong, and I hope I'm not.
This is true. There could be I don't know, maybe Dave Roberts forgets that the Los Angeles Dodgers are his team and he tries to play in Brooklyn and they have to forfeit 162 times. That'd be fun.
God. Isn't the site of like Ebbets Field like just a junkyard now or something? I actually don't know.
Probably.
I have no idea.
Probably.
I don't know.
Actually,
I know
they would go 6 and 156. When they play the Mets or Yankees, they're in the right state.
I'm going to Google this up. I know Ebbets Field was built on top of what used to be like a junkyard, but then it was like...
Yeah, I'm not sure because obviously...
it was replaced by apartments. Okay.
So they'll just be crashing in random apartments. There you go. That's an option. What Dodger would you most like if you were... okay, so you know how during the American Revolution, or right before the American Revolution, like the war, British soldiers could like just go into random people's houses, right?
Yeah.
What Dodger player would you let into your house?
Any of them. Like if they just wanted to like show up and were like, "Hey, I need a place to crash."
Yeah. Like if Clayton Kershaw knocks on your door and it's like, "Hey, my house got flooded. I don't know. My house got flooded. Can I spend the night here for a couple nights?" I
would be like, I would turn into Clayton Kershaw's butler overnight, pretty much. Oh God.
Oh man. What RAM would you do it for? Like would you most want to do that for? 3
Most
days.
Want to.
Yeah. Full weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I'm gonna go with Super Bowl MVP Cooper Kupp.
All right.
Although I would not object to Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, or
Aaron Donald does train with knives.
He does. That doesn't mean I have to train with knives. Maybe I could be the guy training with knives with him. Like I would be like,
you're the one, and then you like miss, like you. Like,
I miss by like an inch, and it hits him in the.
It's like no. Then you just like then you like seriously injure your player. Oh man, we have gone totally off the reins here. Yeah, I agree. I think the Dodgers are going to coast 104 wins, 105 wins, something like that. Mm-hmm. All right. Do you want to do division by division, or do you want to just kind of keep it like kind of takey, kind of light?
I pulled up the division, so we can go by division, and then we'll see where it goes after that.
All right. I will let you go first with the American League East.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with the Blue Jays here. I wanted to take the Yankees, but I feel like the Blue Jays are gonna take it.
Yeah, I think this is a fun division, other than the Orioles, and I don't think the Orioles are quite a catastrophe. They're bad, but they're not. They're gonna win 50 games. in 54 games or something.
They're going
like
to do
that.
better than the Diamondbacks did last year.
Yes, I think that they are a better team than the Diamondbacks, but the Diamondbacks have a slightly easier division. I know that's ironic because they play the Dodgers 18 times a year.
They play the Dodgers and Giants a million times a year. Like.
And the Padres without Fernando.
Well, the Padres are their own breed of disaster.
But we will get to that when we get to that. But I'm really liking what I see out of the American League East. I think Toronto is the best team. I think Tampa's second. Boston
Tampa
and New York
could make a run on it again, maybe.
Yeah, and then you look at Boston and New York, and you can't count them out. Like, New York has Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge, and Joey Gallo's going to hit a bunch of home runs. Stanton's going to hit a bunch.
Keep in mind, we're talking Yankees, not Mets.
Did I say the Yankees?
Yeah, you did. I'm just saying that for like, I'm like just dissing the Mets.
Oh, yes.
You look confused there. I was just dissing the Mets.
We will talk about the Mets later. But you look at the Yankees lineup, and like, you have competent baseball players everywhere. For one, you have Rizzo and LeMahieu can bounce back, and Torres
Judge.
and IKF is a what?
Judge.
Oh yeah, I'm getting to Judge. IKF is a great defensive shortstop. Donaldson's good at third. You have Gallo, Judge in the outfield, and you have Stanton, of course. And you got rid of Gary Sanchez. He's the bugaboo of, if you will, for a lot of Yankee teams. And then you look at the rotation. It's like, okay, when you start with Garrett Cole, that's a pretty strong one. Beyond that, there are some question marks. But you have Luis Severino, who was a very good pitcher when he last pitched. You have guys like Jameson Taillon that can break out. He was a former Pirate, had a rough year last year. But you have so many talented arms. You have Cortez, who had some big innings last year. Then you have a solid enough bullpen. I think the Yankees, one team in that division is going to finish fourth, and it's going to feel like they probably win 95 games if they play in a different division. Like, if you swapped the Yankees and White Sox, the Yankees would win that division, win the AL Central 10 times out of 10. I think same with the Blue Jays, same with the Red Sox, same with the Rays. It's just arguably four of the top 10 teams in baseball are in the American League East, which is exciting. But although this year all four of them could make the playoffs, I don't think that happens. But they could make the playoffs because we have the expanded playoff format. But I would say I have Toronto 1, Tampa 2, New York 3, Boston 3, New York 4, Baltimore 5. I will have I will actually have full predictions for these things. I'll cut up a video.
You spent a lot more time on this than I did. So.
Yeah. I will have a full video coming out tomorrow, hopefully. I need to, after I do my homework, Dad, after I do that, I'll record a bunch of videos and get it all knocked out. But I would say I think Toronto is the best team in that division.
Okay. AL Central.
I mentioned them earlier, Chicago White Sox. I think they're the cream of the crop there. You look through that lineup, and again, it's a very talented lineup. Jose Abreu, Tim Anderson, Yohan Moncada, Yasmani Grandal, the best catcher in baseball, Luis Robert in center field. Like I said earlier, he's a guy that could have a 10-WAR season. I would not be surprised. They have some young pieces. Andrew Vaughn is a lot of fun. Eloy Jimenez in left field was a monster. Got injured early last season, right before the season started, actually, but he's a monster as well. The pitching staff, Lance Lynn, Lucas Giolito, Dylan Cease. Then you throw in some of these fireballers that are like following the Chris Sale path. I forget who called it the Chris Sale path. Maybe it was Foolish Baseball or Jolly Olive, but regardless, Michael Kopech is on that path from reliever to starter to ace starter. He's going to be ridiculous. He is just filthy stuff. And then at the end of the bullpen, you have Kendall Graveman for the 8th inning. You have Liam Hendricks for the 9th inning. That's one of the best 8-9 duos in baseball. That is just an exciting lineup from top to bottom, and I think they are head and shoulders above everyone in the division. But I will not be picking them to win the AL Central because I have faith in the Detroit Tigers to win the division.
You have faith in the Tigers, okay.
I have faith in the Tigers, faith in the Tigers. Do you want me to say why I have faith in the Tigers?
I love that name, the Tigers.
Yes.
That's
okay.
I'm thinking of them like doing a collaboration with Disney and putting Tigger on their hat.
Yes, I love it.
That would be awesome.
Why do I have faith in the Tigers? Well, first of all, you are bringing up some of the best young talent in baseball. You have 2 top 5 prospects. Spencer Torkelson will begin day. Hold up. Whoa. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Interrupted my drink. What's up?
The New York Rangers have posted on LinkedIn or one of the job application sites, you can be the emergency backup goalie.
This is what teams always do. They like go to extremes to find their e-bug is what it's called, emergency backup goalie.
Oh my goodness, that is.
I mean,
that's
the
hilarious.
teams have done all kinds of things to try to find an e-bug. So I mean,
yeah, mad respect. So if you're interested in being the emergency,
if you can play goalie, Rangers,
call up the New York Rangers.
Show up to the rink.
Oh man, that is pure gold.
Like every team does this. Like they have like some guy, like as long as he can play goalie and show up to the rink for every game, they'll like give him tickets and they'll like give him some gear to use in the back and whatnot. It's like, and like it's a fun fact, it's by arena, not by team. So like if the away team needs a backup goalie,
this was like the Maple Leafs and was it Senators?
I think it was the Senators. I know what you're saying. Oh no, it was the Canes. It was the Hurricanes. It was
that's right. Because he was wearing like a Maple Leafs helmet, right?
Yeah, David Ayers. He was wearing a Toronto Marlies. Right. He drives the Zamboni for their minor league team, and then he had to come in and play goalie for the Hurricanes, and then he showed up at Leafs practice the next day.
Okay, so Jacob mentions Lynn is out for 2 months. That is true. Jacob actually got fleeced in a trade. I still can't believe he made that trade. Anyways, Kopech needs Tommy John. I did not realize that. That is unfortunate. But I have money on the Detroit Tigers. Why? Let me walk you through. So first off, they have 2 of the top 5 young prospects in baseball. Spencer Torkelson will be the day 1 opening day starter at first base. I think they play tomorrow. I hope they play tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. Miguel Cabrera, DH, in case you're wondering where he is. And Riley Green at some point in the summer will be up. But this outfield, man, you talk about loaded outfield. This is an outfield that will be a lot of fun when Riley Green comes up. But before that, they have Akil Baddoo, they have Robbie Grossman, and they have Austin Meadows. Austin Meadows from the Tampa Bay Rays in a trade like 2 days ago. So I love this outfield. Meadows is a great power hitter. Robbie Grossman just gets on base. He's very Brandon Nimmo-y, Jonathan India-y, that he finds a way to get on base. Last year, second half of the season, he drew 50 walks. The other guys to draw 50 walks were like Soto, Harper, Ohtani. Robbie Grossman is in that list. Robbie Grossman is a tremendous baseball player. You add in Javi Baez, Cubs legend, Mets legend. You are bringing in, not bringing in, but Jeimer Candelario. You have some from catcher players. Eric Haas had a bunch of homers last year. Big power there. And then the rotation. I'm a big fan of the rotation. Eduardo Rodriguez coming over from Boston. You're going to play better defense behind him. His ERA numbers are going to plummet. Tarek Skubal, he's my pick for American League Cy Young. Tarek Skubal, he's great. Casey Mize, former top prospect, he's nice. Matt Manning. So you're going to pick and choose these guys at 2, 3, 4, 5 after Erod. Then the bullpen. Gregory Soto is very good at his job. He was 18 of 19 in save opportunities last year. I think the Tigers are going to be a sneaky team to win 90 games. Their over-unders in the 70s. I think they win 90 games.
Okay.
And we didn't even touch on the Twins. They added Carlos Correa. They have one of the best players.
That was a weird one, though.
Yeah.
Like the Twins.
Like middle of the night, too.
Yeah, it was just like, what? Like, oh, boy. I'll still boo him, by the way.
Of course. And then, you throw in Byron Buxton, who I mentioned in that he could be a 10 WAR player. Last year, he had 4.5 WAR in 61 games. On pace for 11.7. No active player has done that. The last guy to do that anyways is Bonds. Like, if Byron Buxton puts together a full season, hold on to your pants, everyone, because they will – oh, man. Buxton is special. The Guardians now – they did re-sign. They extended Jose Ramirez, so good on them. At the Royals, bringing up the rear. I do think the Royals will be fun to watch. Whit Merrifield's a good small ball guy. They play good defense in the outfield. Andrew Benintendi, Michael A. Taylor. Zach Greinke is back after years. Salvi hit 48 home runs last year, led MLB in runs batted in. So, and Bobby Witt's going to play third in all likelihood. Adalberto Mondesi is another small ball legend. So that's a fun team to watch. They're going to win 70 games, so that's a fun team to watch.
All right. I'm going to have fun here and just pick the White Sox, but it could be a competitive division.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a great
You know what's not going to be competitive is the AL West.
Are you sure about this?
Maybe. Maybe.
Are you sure? Because the
I think
Astros
the
are
only
hemorrhaging pieces.
they are, and I'm not like guaranteeing the Astros to win. Um, I think the only thing I'm guaranteeing, or not guaranteeing, but like I don't know if the Angels are going to be that much better this year. Like Shohei obviously will
Yeah.
go off
But
again,
a
but it
couple
hurts
things.
him. I think it hurts him that there's no what is the new rule? Like he's not allowed to go into the outfield after he pitches. He can only hit for the rest of the
Oh
game.
no, he's good. He's good. He can stay in his DH.
Yeah, but he
That
can't
like
what he used to do. So what he would used to do is like he would hit and pitch, but then when he was done pitching, he would go into the outfield. He can't do that anymore.
I don't
think
think
that's the new,
did he do?
I think that's the new rule.
He didn't play
He
very
can
often
keep.
in the outfield. I think
I know he did,
the
though.
rule is that it baseball will pretend that batter Otani and pitcher Otani are two separate entities. So he will be in the lineup as the DH, not the pitcher.
I know he's allowed to do that. I know he's allowed to stay in the game after he's done pitching.
Yeah,
as
so
a
he can stay in
DH.
the game. So like, I don't know, let's say he goes 6 innings. Well, then he has an 8th inning at bat. He will be on the field for that at bat. You don't have to replace him. So I think like that helps. You get Mike Trout back. He played 28 games, like 36 games last year. Trout is
It's
back.
gonna help.
Anthony Rendon was awful last year, but he's going to be back. Brandon Marsh is coming up. Joe Adele, hopefully he's better. He had a disaster of a spring training like sequence. He like booted a ball and like, just totally misread it. Actually, against your Dodgers, he gave Freddie Freeman a triple last night. I actually bet on the Dodgers run line yesterday, so thank you for the money.
That was pretty surreal to watch the Dodgers last night and like actually see like Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman like rounding the bases together.
Stop. Stop. Okay. AL West.
God.
I am picking the Astros. Would not be shocked if the Mariners won the division. They had swung a huge trade. They brought in Eugenio Suarez, third base, to replace the retired Kyle Seager. You bring in left fielder Jesse Winker, hit a bunch of dingers last year, monster year with the Reds. Then you have Julio Rodriguez. You're going to need to remember the name because he is a stud in the making, top 5 prospect in all of baseball. Going to start opening day roster, at least for the Mariners. 5-tool player. And inside the park home run just a couple days ago in spring training is going to be a stud in the outfield with the glove, with the arm. Can hit for power, hit for contact, run the base as well. He is a superstar in the making. I also like Ty France, JP Crawford, get some good infield defense, and the solid pitching staff led by Robbie Ray, who might get even better after winning the American League Cy Young last year. So exciting times in Seattle. I'm going to lean with Houston. I think Gurriel, Altuve, Bregman, Brantley, Alvarez, Kyle Tucker.
It is still a pretty solid lineup.
Yeah.
So I feel like Houston, they're not losing Correa doesn't completely screw them.
They bring in Jeremy Pena.
That's true.
They also have Nico Goodrum coming over from Detroit. They have some pieces. You know, they fill in the gaps. Chas McCormick playing center field after Springer left, and then they traded Miles Straw last year. Then Justin Verlander is back in the rotation. Luis Garcia is there. Framber Valdez, Lance McCullers. I think Jake Odorizzi is there. Christine Javier is going to be a long inning guy. And then at the end of the bullpen, Ryan Presley just got extended today. He's excellent. So I think there's, I don't want to say room to improve, but I think this is an Astros team that if they're in the ALCS again, I'm not surprised.
Fair. Okay, on to the NL. I think it's pretty obvious who's going to win the NL East.
I think okay. So let's start with the bottom. The Washington Juan Soto's. Look, they usually
did he reject the deal from them too?
Yes, he did.
So
I feel like the obvious thing to do against the Nationals is just say, all right, Juan Soto, you can have first base. If we lose because Juan Soto gets walked 4 times, so be it. He might. I think there's a serious chance he gets walked 200 times. Like last year, he had 145 walks, the top 20 season in the history of baseball. The roster around him is pretty barren. Josh Bell is a good player. Nelson Cruz is a good player. What's going to scare a 2-run homer?
Meh.
Like,
Jeez.
if Cruz, I don't know, Cruz bats 270, hits a home run every, let's say, 12 at bats. So if he's going to hit a home run once every series, let's say once every series, okay. Juan Soto's just going to be okay, 2-run home run. Congratulations. What else? What is the rest of the lineup doing? Nothing. I do like Keeper Ruiz as the catcher, though. Rotation, Patrick Corbin allowed 38 home runs last year. It was a disaster. Josiah Gray, I do like him as like a number 2 starter, but Strasburg's hurt. Nationals don't have much going for them. Now, the Miami Marlins do. The Philadelphia Phillies do. So these teams, 3rd or 4th, but they're not going to be a traditional 4th place team because I think they're very good teams that just happen to play in a division with the defending World Series champion Braves and a really good team in the Mets. The Phillies brought in all of the power in the outfield. They bring in Nick Castellanos. They bring in Kyle Schwarber. They already have reigning MVP Bryce Harper. The infield is, solid enough from a hitting perspective. You have Alec Boehm. He actually had a horrendous year. Hoskins at first, J.T. Real Muto behind the plate. There's a lot of fun to watch. The defense is going to be absolutely horrendous until Bryson Stott comes up to play shortstop. And then the pitching staff. Zach Wheeler is dealing with shoulder injury. Aaron Nola had really good peripherals last year, even though he had a pretty average to below average season. He was one of the worst qualified pitchers. But his peripherals are good. So maybe there's some fun things there. With the Marlins, it's almost a flipped that they have like 15 arms that are between the ages of 22 and 27 that can throw 95, 97 and are going to be a starting pitcher or get high quality outs in the bullpen. Sandy Alcantara is very good. He's a workhorse, 200 inning, 200 strikeout kind of guy. You throw in Jesus Luzardo. You throw in Trevor Rogers last year. He was really high in National League Rookie of the Year voting. Elisier Hernandez. They have a lot of good pitching. Anthony Bender in the bullpen. Then the bats, Jorge Soler, World Series MVP, Jesus Aguilar, Jesus Sanchez. I'm blanking on the guy's name. The other corner from Avisel Garcia. He is a spectacular player. Brian Anderson, Miggy Rojas. Jazz Chisholm, one of the most exciting players in baseball. Jacob Stallings behind the dish. The Marlins and Phillies are probably going to win a combined 170 games. They might both win 80 plus. And the Mets are 2, Braves 1.
All right, then. Where are we going next?
Also, I am excited to watch Matt Olson swing at Truist Park.
That'll be fun.
Yes.
Okay, NL Central is up next. This is a tough one, honestly. I'm not entirely sure who to go with here. I'm tempted to say I don't know how good the Brewers are.
Brewers are very good, but it's a bit of a okay. You know how the Dodgers have a really good rotation and a really good lineup. Well, the Brewers are kind of like the Dodgers rotation, but they have like the AAA version of the lineup. The Cardinals have a really good lineup, but the AAA version of the rotation, especially with Jack Flaherty out. So the Brewers have perhaps the best 1-2-3 in all of baseball with Burns, Woodruff, and Peralta. The issue is, and then they have a great 8-9 inning guy with Devin Williams and Josh Hader. I would put that up with Chicago, the White Sox. But the lineup isn't scaring anyone. Like Omar Narvaez is a good hitter. Like he's fine. They added a couple catchers today. Colton Wong is fine, better fielder than hitter. Willie Adames was good last year, top 20 in MVP voting. Eduardo Escobar is a Met. Christian Yelich is way somewhere. I don't know where Christian Yelich went.
He just vanished. He had didn't he have like a Gold Glove performance or something?
Yeah, he was.
Recently?
It was the MVP in 2018. Was even better in 2019. The last 2 years he stunk. Like he's been a league average hitter, and he plays left field. So that's like
he just vanished.
It was like Hunter Renfroe. I don't find anyone on their farm particularly exciting. But then you look at St. Louis and they don't have anyone in their rotation. Like Flaherty's hurt. And then beyond that, it's Miles Mikolas. Okay. Like what? What are you doing? But then you have Goldschmidt, very good. Arenado, very good. One guy to watch, Edmundo Sosa at shortstop. He's exciting. Then in the outfield, Tyler O'Neill, I think he's going to lead the majors in home runs this year. He's a guy with 40 to 45 homer pop. You have Harrison Bader in center, terrific defensive center fielder. You have oh my goodness, Carlson in right field. I think he has a breakout season. You have Lars Nootbaar, the all-name team, Lars Nootbaar. But what is the rotation? And then Alex Reyes is hurt, so Giovanni Gallegos, fantasy baseball legend, by the way, Giovanni Gallegos is going to fill in that ninth inning role. Then you look at the Cubs, and Jacob mentioned Seiya Suzuki, so that's exciting. He's the favorite for National League Rookie of the Year voting. But I don't love the staff. It's Hendricks, who didn't have a very good season last year. Marcus Stroman, he pitches with a lot of swagger, so that's fun. Simmons, Madrigal, Nico Horner. You get some power strikeouts with Patrick Wisdom and Frank Schwindel. Suzuki, like I mentioned, in the outfield. I don't know. Pirates are bad. Reds. The
Pirates are a meme. I don't even know what to say about the Reds.
Yeah. If you did try to say something, they would probably sell it and get some prospects back.
Probably.
Although I am excited. Key Brian Hayes breakout season incoming for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That Hayes, third base, O'Neill Cruz, shortstop. That will be a duo, one of the best duos in baseball for the next 10 years.
All right. Should we move on to the more obvious division?
Yes.
Let me just.
So I have the Arizona Diamondbacks winning the National League West.
Yeah, I mean, what am I thinking? I'm so stupid. It's these guys.
Yeah.
How do I?
Although I will say, obviously the Dodgers are going to win the division, but I will say the Giants, I think they can replicate a lot of what they did last year. They're not going to win 107 games, but they are really smart with it. So they play that margin of error. I'm going to compare it to Moneyball, but it's not exactly the same thing. The idea is platooning, right? So in Moneyball, I watched it over the weekend. In Moneyball, the idea is you replace a star with several pieces that can retain that production. The idea with platooning is the same sort of ordeal. So instead of having, let's say, Ronald Acuna, you have a guy that's good against righties and a guy that's good against lefties, and they combine to play the same number of games as Acuna and produce similar offensive numbers as Acuna. Acuna is better because he's one player, but I don't know what handedness Mike Yastrzemski is, but the idea is you play Jock Peterson against righties, you play Mike Yastrzemski against lefties, boom, 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 you're good, right? I think that I get the handedness flipped in my head. Like there's like the rule. Let me think. Okay. Ozzy Albies. Yeah, it's righties you want facing lefties, lefties you want facing righties. Right?
I don't know for sure.
I think that's what it is, because like Ozzy Albies is a switch hitter. So when he bats right-handed, he's usually facing left-handed pitching or weak tossing right-handers. But when he's facing a right-handed, like a normal right-handed pitcher, he bats left-handed. He's also not very good left-handed. He's unreal, right? He has a higher OPS against right-handed pitching than Mike Trout does, or a higher OPS against left-handed pitching than Mike Trout does. Okay.
So yeah,
so
I'm expecting the Giants to make it competitive, but the Padres are a mess.
Fernando Tatis with multiple motorcycle accidents. Ouch.
The Rockies are probably just kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll do something, maybe not.
They could win 50 games at home. They're going to suck on the road. They could win 50 games at home. I did pick them as one of the top 5 exciting National League teams to watch just because they play at Coors. Chris Bryant is there. Brandon Grichuk is there. Connor Joe, he's fun. Connor Joe's actually very good at baseball, but he's on the Rockies, so no one cares. I also like Austin Gomber out of the rotations. Can be like their number 3 guy. So with Coors, you have to have a really weird, you have to have a weird profile to work well, because most pitchers just don't work well. But Gomber is a really low fastball spin rate guy. So his fastball, it doesn't die out like other fastballs do. Like if, say, Jacob deGrom goes up, his spin rate is going to, but Gomber is already low. So he's like normal Austin Gomber is like that's what he's expecting, right? So he has to rely on other pitches. So he can't just be a fastball. Like imagine if Jacob deGrom had the misfortune of pitching his entire career at Coors rather than at the dead ball era Citi Field.
Oh boy,
that's scary. All right, I think that's our division by division preview. My World Series is Blue Jays over Braves in 6. I have your Dodgers losing to the Mets in the NLDS.
To the Mets?
Yes, to the Mets.
We're going to have discussions off air. We're going to have a lot of discussions.
I am serious. I mentioned that the Brewers had the best starting 3. That's because Jacob deGrom is hurt. When deGrom is DeGrom is just DeGrominant. That 1-2-3 of DeGrom, Scherzer, Chris Bassett, no one's sniffing that.
It would be pretty fun though to see a series between those pitchers and who the Dodgers have. Yes. It was pretty awesome. I think this was like trending among Dodgers Twitter. It was like they had this Bobby Miller was his name. He was like this rookie pitcher, and he pitched at Dodger Stadium yesterday on his birthday and struck out Shohei Ohtani.
Nice.
While his parents were watching and they were like nervous as hell. So
that is so cool.
It was pretty cool to see. He I think he swung on it too and he completely whiffed. So that was, I don't know for sure.
If you were a pitcher and you could strike out any batter, any active batter, who would you want to strike out?
Carlos Correa.
Okay, that's fine. I think there was one guy, he's like famous on TikTok now. He was a pitcher in the Red Sox organization, came up and he struck out Mike Trout, but he has like a career 17 ERA. But he struck out Mike Trout. So like 17 ERA, he struck out Mike Trout, 17 ERA, struck out. I might go for the striking out Mike Trout. That is such a
striking out Mike Trout would be pretty cool.
You could like go to his Hall of Fame ceremony and hold up a sign, "I struck you out once." Oh man. All right. Anything else you want to touch on? What's your World Series prediction?
Give me the Dodgers and the Astros. I want a rematch.
Wow.
I want a rematch.
2017.
Give me the rematch. Take away the sign stealing. Use that pitch com thing, whatever it's called, because that's actually legal. And then we'll see where it goes.
Okay. Do you think the Dodgers win the World Series? They are plus 450 on most sites.
It's World Series or bust.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
It's like
World Series or bust for the Braves too, and the Blue Jays, and the White Sox.
It's true
and the
for
Astros.
a lot of teams.
And it's always World Series or bust. Did you know that? Imagine if you told a Yankees fan on December 1st, 2009, that they would be 13, or like if a Yankees fan was born December 1st, 2009, they would be 12 years old and change before the Yankees won a World Series. At the bare minimum, even if they won the World Series this year, they would win it just before their 13th birthday. Can you believe the Yankees went a decade without winning a World Series?
The Yankees have like what I'm like there's like a joke coming into my head and it feels like it has nothing to do with this, but it's like the joke is, how many Yankees fans does it take to change a light bulb? And the answer is none, because they just complain about how good they complain about how good the old one was. Yeah. Jeez. Word.
Yep. So it's funny that they went from 1996 to 2009. They won 5 titles: 96, 98, 99, 2000, 2009. They've won 0 in the last 13 years.
No team is good forever. That's all I can say.
No.
But no team is bad forever either. So.
Well, besides I guess every team, like other than the Mariners, every Major League Baseball team has made the World Series. And most of them have made it at least twice.
Mm-hmm.
The Mariners might make it this year. That's what I'm saying.
Who knows?
They might.
Right. Okay. We have a couple more football topics.
Oh, we do have some news. Minnesota is looking to trade for Chris Paddock, San Diego pitcher. Very nice. The Red Wings are about to get mollywopped by the Winnipeg Jets. So that's not fun. Joe Thomas said Cooper Kupp was the best receiver in the NFL.
I think right now you can make a case for it.
Yeah, I think
because we still need to see Derek Carr and DeVante Adams play together. But speaking of another DeVante, and I'm pretty sure his name is spelled differently too, DeVante Parker.
I can't think of two DeVantes that have their names spelled the same. Like Devontae Freeman, no. DeVante Parker, no.
No.
Devontae Booker, no. Devontae Adams, no.
They're all spelled differently, and it's like,
yeah.
Geez.
Like I can't. Why can't I think of another Devontae? Okay, so it's Dante Hightowers, not Devontae. So there's no V. Devontae Harris. Okay, I think. Wait, no. Devontae Booker and Devontae Harris are different. Devontae Harris is like DEVONTAE. Oh man.
How many different spelling orientations can you find for the same name? Like
there's like 64 of them for like Caitlin.
That's true. I don't even want to think about that right now.
Like you could do like yours is Jack, but if it was like French, you could do like a QUES.
Yeah.
Or I mean technically you could just like skip out on either the C or the K.
I don't know.
I have a guy, I'm doing a FIFA career mode. His name is John Michelson, right? There's probably like 10 different ways you could spell Michelson.
That's true.
Like Michael, you can spell differently.
There's a couple different ways you can spell John.
You can do like, or even like Johnny Peralta, you misspelled or on his birth certificate, the H came before the O. So his name is JHONNY. Like, names are funny, man.
Yeah, names. I'm not going to question it. I'm just not going to question it.
DeVante Parker is now a member of the New England Patriots. He is their high-flying new acquisition. Instead of going after Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill or A.J. Brown or DK Metcalf, they go after DeVante Parker, which I don't actually dispute that. He had a 1,200-yard season once.
I think it works.
He was once good at football.
I think it works only because of the Tyreek Hill trade. It makes Miami want to move on from they want to move on from Parker because you have this shiny new toy now with Tyreek Hill, and it feels to me. I'm not sure how much truth there is because with Bill Belichick, you just never know. But it feels to me like N'Keal Harry's days in New England are numbered.
You think?
Yeah, it's like.
Are you sure? You sure they're not going to pick up his 5th-year option?
No, they're not. God, it's like it's another one of those wait and see type things because it could work out with Mac Jones. I'd like to think Mac Jones was fairly consistent during his rookie year. So I don't hate it for either side. Miami isn't complaining, obviously, because Tyreek Hill. So, and like the Patriots are kind of rebuilding. They did make the playoffs last year, but you could argue they probably only made it because of the expanded field.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see.
So, did you know that in 2019, DeVante Parker ranked in the top 5 in both yards and touchdowns?
Interesting.
Yes. So in 2019, Mr. DeVante Parker had 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns. In 3 years of NFL football, 33 games, N'Keal Harry has 598 yards and 4 touchdowns.
It's not. What was he taking? He was a first-round pick, right? Or he was an early round?
Number 32 pick.
Number 32 pick.
He's actually from oh, did you know that he's Canadian?
Oh, that's interesting, actually. Now I want him to do well, actually. There's not that much. There's not not
many Canadian
from Canada.
NFL players. Let's see. The number 1 player in the history of Ontario. So he's from Toronto. What? Why can't Ontario? I'm looking. Okay, here we go. I want to find the Canadian with the most touchdowns in the NFL. That's what I'm currently looking for. That would be. Did you know that Heinz Ward was born in South Korea?
Did not know that.
Steve Van Buren is from Honduras. I found the answer. Nate Burleson has 43 touchdowns.
Ooh.
He is from Alberta.
I didn't know he was Canadian.
Yes.
That's actually kind of cool, honestly.
Yeah, he's from Calgary, actually. Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Word to my mom. Also, Christian Okoye, 40 touchdowns, most by Nigerian-born player. Tom Fears has 39, most by a Mexican-born player. He also has all 39 touchdowns ever by a Mexican-born player, or from Jalisco, which is a state. Vashante, oh my goodness, I can't say his man's name.
Spelled?
It is Vashante Shinko. Yeah, I mean, I remember him. I just can't remember how to say his name. He was on the Vikings and the Giants. He is the most by a British player. He's from Birmingham, England. Went to Morgan State, a MEAC school. I wish Pro Football Reference would load.
What was the next topic? I think while you're looking at that, we should just...
where did Jack go? I don't know where... I don't know where Jack went.
I hit the back button on my mouse. My mouse has side buttons. Oops.
Yep, I've done that before.
Yeah.
All right. AJ Brown, DK Metcalf. Gun to your head. Who gets traded first?
DK.
Okay. Do you scale of 1 to 10? Will DK get traded? 10 being yes, 1 being no.
6.
Okay.
AJ Brown is a 2. He should be a 2. I think it would be really, really, really stupid if they traded AJ Brown.
All right. And do we indulge in the Jets propaganda?
You know what? Why the hell not? We'll have some fun with it. Why the hell not?
Yeah. So Elijah Moore, Ole Miss receiver with the New York Jets, he is going to single-handedly bring in both AJ Brown and DK Metcalf. And boom, 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 the New York Jets have the new age great receiving core. Eat your heart out, not St. Louis Rams, Los Angeles Rams. That's a fine.
That's
St. Louis, indeed. Really? St. Louis Rams. Oh, brother.
It feels so weird to say nowadays. Especially now that we have a Super Bowl, so it's like it's weird to
Super
think
Bowl
about.
champion Los Angeles Rams. That does sound weird because you won a Super Bowl in St. Louis, right?
We have won titles in 3 cities. We won a title in our last year in Cleveland in 1945. Yes. And then in 1951 they won the championship. It was like pre-merger, so it was just the NFL championship in 45, and then 51 championship in LA. Yep. 99 Super Bowl and 2021 Super
St.
Bowl.
Louis. Yeah. Congratulations.
Well, that was in St. Louis, yeah. So
yeah. Hey, the Braves also have won championships in 3 cities: Boston 1914, Milwaukee 1957, Atlanta 95, and 2021. I cannot believe the Atlanta Braves 2021. That feels.
We are both
nice.
Like on cloud 9 right now.
Yeah, there we go. 2016 champion Cleveland Cavaliers. That seems so weird. 2012 Ravens, it's been long enough, I think, that that just works.
I can kind of say that about the Kings nowadays. I think it was more unbelievable that the Kings went 45 years without winning a Stanley Cup, and then they win 2 in 3 years. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of ridiculous.
For sure. Same thing with the Blackhawks. So they won. They didn't go. They had without one for 49 years, and then won 3 times in 6 years.
So I think last thing before we move on, my position on AJ Brown and DK Metcalf. I think DK Metcalf is more likely to get traded because the Seahawks are rebuilding. The Titans can still compete.
Right.
They can make a run. They can still compete. You just lost Julio Jones, so you need to hold on to AJ Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So
Robert Woods.
Yeah, true. Oh, I forgot all about
Robert Woods.
That's another reason. You have a pretty solid wide receiver duo now. Not yet. Okay. I think the latest I've heard is that there's mutual interest, but they can't. It's a weird deal because he's gonna miss time until November because of the ACL tear.
Right.
So it's like the first year of the deal might not be like a full year or whatnot or something. Yeah. However that works.
I get it.
But after that, it should be a multi-year. I would like to think so.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see what goes on there. Should we move on to our top 10? We haven't done a top 10 in a while.
I think we should.
So, with a lot of sports, we've just been talking a lot about sports titles and whatnot. I thought we should do some sports championship trophies. I guess rings. We could do rings in another episode, honestly, but
yeah.
Yes,
Champions
sir.
like this guy.
Champions like that guy, exactly.
And like this guy.
Even though he didn't play most of the season, it
Shush.
still counts. It still counts.
Shush. He played more than half the regular season.
You know what? That's good.
I now know what it feels like to be an Eagles fan.
Carson Wentz.
Yes.
It technically counts, even though I'd say he did nothing, but
yes.
Or in the playoffs he did nothing, but he was hurt.
He did beat the Rams in the regular season.
He did. Yeah, that was the game where he got hurt, though, and I think the Eagles were already up like multiple scores, so Foles just had to get rid of the clock. I'm making excuses for 2017. I don't need to do that. All right. So we both, I think, made different lists of top 10 sports trophies.
Yes.
I think last time we each just went down the list. I think this time we should take turns. So we both start at 10, and then we go to 9 and 8 and down the list. So what do you have at number 10?
That is a good question. I'm putting my list in the chat so I don't forget something.
Okay.
So let me.
I'm seeing it for the first time.
Oh, I'm not going to send it yet. I'm just going to have it in the chat.
So you're gonna. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
So I can see that it exists. Okay.
I'm actually really curious now.
Okay. What's the other one? Do that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then can we do ones that are gone now?
Yeah, that counts.
Okay,
that's fine with me. I have all current ones. I also have an MVP one on here too, so it's not just championships, but.
Okay. So I'm gonna do. I may be a little bit different, but oh my goodness, I'm thinking of the. I can't think of what it is. The oh my lord, I can't. It's a college football rivalry trophy, but I can't think of what it is.
Ooh, those are fun actually to think about.
Okay, I think I got one that I'm happy with.
All right,
and then I think I should be good, right? Who do you think any? Am I missing? Okay. So my number 10 spot, this goes to anything jeweled in college football, the jeweled Shalila. These tend to be USC, Miami, Boston College, Michigan. When those teams play each other, chances are they played for something jeweled, especially when Notre Dame is involved. The jeweled Shalila, the jeweled Shamrock, the jeweled, whatever it is, all of those slap. Those are nice trophies. I
love the idea of rivalry trophies too, because it's the ultimate flex on your rival. If the Rams and 49ers played for a rivalry trophy, and which I guess technically we have that right now because of the
it is a
NFC championship. So it's there you go. It's just having a reason to laugh at your rivals is good enough.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I could have ranked the Lamar Hunt trophy and the what's the NFC one?
George Hellis.
Yeah, that makes sense.
George Hellis. Yeah. You might slap me in the face for this one.
Oh boy.
I hate my list, honestly.
I like my list.
I put the Commissioner's Trophy for the MLB at number 10.
That's fine. That's fine. It's just
I don't think it's terrible, but piece of metal exactly. But it's it gets
I like the flags. I like
the flags are
I
nice
like the design
touch,
of it. I think it's pretty cool.
I don't know. It just feels to me like the weakest of the top 4 of the MLB, NHL, and all that stuff. But hey, it's cool. I don't hate it completely. All right, number 9.
Number 9, I have the Cy-Hawk Trophy. This is the football trophy between Iowa and Iowa State. Cyclones, Hawkeyes, smash them together. The Cy-Hawk Trophy. It's gorgeous.
That sounds amazing, honestly. Just you mishmash two things together.
Yes.
I like that.
Also, I actually, if I could do my own a solo, the next time I do a solo splash hour, I'm just going to rant about wanting college football and college basketball video games back.
We're getting them back soon. We are getting.
I want them back now. I want it on my PS4.
I would love them back now. I would love to have the college football 2023 it comes out, or this year. I don't know. 100%.
I think it's next year.
EA is definitely working on another college football game.
Sigh. All right. What's your number 9?
So remember, I just said the commissioner I think is the weakest of the 4 major sports. That's because the second weakest is the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
Okay.
Again, not that I hate it, but it just doesn't.
You have the Mickey Mouse title. You're back-to-back Mickey Mouse title. I'm
gonna come to Arizona.
Okay, Larry O'Brien. Okay.
Yeah, I just think it's weird to me because it's like a basketball that's like on the tip of the net. The net doesn't look completely like a net. I know it's supposed to be a net, but it's like I don't know.
I don't know. I think it looks cool. I think it
does
cool.
look cool. I'm not
fun
like
to
opposed
raise,
to that.
right?
Yeah,
I like the
if it was
finals
like a
MVP
ball
trophy. Oh, that's a good one.
That's what I should have put on this list. The Finals MVP trophy is really good. Like if the Larry O'Brien trophy was honestly a bigger Finals MVP trophy, I wouldn't hate it.
That'd be cool. All right,
we can dream.
Number 8, I have gold medals.
You have gold medals. Okay.
Yes, gold medals.
Any particular year?
I like the 2012 ones in London.
Yeah, 2012 was cool.
I mean, I think all gold medals, like the accomplishment in itself is very cool. You get to bite it, right? You get to break your teeth. Very exciting.
I like the Vancouver ones. Those were pretty cool. What else?
Your famous Vancouver ones.
Yes, exactly.
What's your number 8?
My number 8, I actually went international for this one as well. I have the UEFA Champions League trophy. It's called the European Champion Clubs Cup. I think it's pretty cool.
Okay.
I think it's pretty cool.
I like it a lot.
I thought that the Champions League should definitely get some respect on this list, so I have it at number 8.
Agree.
Right.
Number 7. This is why I asked. I have an old one. The Crystal Football, college football. The one now sucks balls. So the old Crystal Football. Jameis Winston pretending to drop it. Banger. Absolutely slaps. Iconic trophy.
That's a cool one. I like the Crystal Football one. Staying in college, by the way, I think that's a college trophy, right?
Yeah,
is it? Yeah. Staying in college, I actually have the championship trophy, the national championship trophy at number 7.
For football?
Yeah, for football.
I don't like the one for football.
You don't like the one for football?
No, it's like just tacky, and it's like ew. It just
I
feels
will
like
say
all of the other NCAA ones.
I will say, it's like. I think it's just there's like a little bit of premium to it because it's the college championship trophy, and a lot of people do care about that.
Okay.
It would look less tacky if it wasn't on top of a box. Like it's on top of a box right now. I'm rethinking my list honestly now.
Yeah, the better one is the Crystal Football.
I think
all right.
Maybe they just put a Crystal Football on top of it.
Yeah.
Then it would look like a slightly different Lombardi trophy. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, one that I do like that I did not mention was the Orange Bowl trophy that just has a bunch of oranges in a bowl.
That's funny. All right. Well, I knew eventually one of my top 10 picks was gonna get some flack. So there we go.
Oh, man. All right. Number 6, I have the Commissioner's Trophy, Major League Baseball's World Series trophy. It's cool. I like the flags. I think it's well designed. I think I like how it looks. Wouldn't say it S tier. I think it's a very good trophy.
Okay. My number 6. I teased it before the show. I said that I was gonna put a NASCAR trophy on here. It's called the Bill France Cup, and it actually looks really sick. Like what they do, first of all, it's big, like it's really tall, which is cool. You have to lift it with 2 hands. I like how it has like outlines of all the different tracks on the top of it. Ooh, I think it's really cool.
That's very cool.
And it's like just, I think the sheer size of it is honestly really cool. And it has like this really nice design on the top. I could look for an image later, but it definitely looks pretty sick.
Very cool.
So that's my number 6.
Very cool. All right. My number 5, the Larry O'Brien trophy, NBA Finals trophy. I like the gold. I think it's really slick. I think it's really I like the pictures when like Kobe has his 5 championships and 3 of them have Shaq's face on it. Like respect to Kobe, but I think that's just a hilarious meme. Also, when you have the picture of like the Finals MVP holding the Larry O'Brien and the Finals MVP trophy, those are
Yes,
iconic.
those are always awesome. I love those.
So Giannis or LeBron or whoever, Kevin Durant, even, pick your guy. They look great. So that's my number 5.
We've got more soccer for my number 5. I went with the MLS Cup. I think it's called the Phil Anschutz Trophy. I think the MLS Cup looks sick. It has like ribbons on it or something that like wrap around both sides. It has
yes,
not like literal ribbons, but like I know the Premier League does that, but it's not like literal ribbons. It's like it just has like that pattern, kind of. It's like they're like metal handles. Those are like the handles that like go around the side and whatnot. I think it looks really sick.
All right, so I like it. I like it a lot. Now you have me rethinking my list. Number 4, I have the Aaron Donald Trophy, the Lombardi Trophy.
Ooh.
It's very grabbable. Like looking at them in person when I was in Indy, they're very grabbable. Looks like it's something you could just hold up to the world, like Yeah. So I think it's very cool. Number 4 in mine.
I do have the Lombardi Trophy on my list, but it's a lot later than number 4. My number 4 is we have the Conn Smythe Trophy, which is awarded to the Stanley Cup playoff MVP. It's like it just doesn't feel complete without that trophy. Like you need to have that before the Stanley Cup.
Fair. Okay.
I think it's a really nice trophy too. I like how it has like the model of like Maple Leaf Gardens on there. I think is what that is.
Do you like the Clarence C. Campbell or Prince of Wales trophies?
Those are okay. I don't hate them. Those would be like honorable mentions for me.
Okay.
All right, number 3.
It's a World Cup year. I have the World Cup coming in at number 3.
We both have the World Cup at number 3.
Yeah, there we go. I think I know what we're both gonna have.
Oh God.
World Cup coming in at number 3. I think it's beautiful. You get some green, you get some gold. It's not as grandiose as some other cups, but
it took me such a long time to when I was young, we had like this computer game for the World Cup. And like the trophy was on the front cover of like the CD case. And it took me forever to realize what that trophy was actually depicting, which is like, I think it's like people holding the world like up on their shoulders or something like that.
Right.
And it took me forever to realize that. And when I did, I was just like, this is so cool. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, it's awesome.
It looks really awesome.
You spoiled your number 3, Jack.
I did spoil my number 3.
All right.
Number 2. I guess I kind of spoiled the rest of my list because
maybe.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is the Champions League.
Oh, you have that at number 2. Okay.
Yes, I have that at number 2. Just this gigantic silver cup. Can't imagine we have another silver cup coming up. This gigantic silver cup. You get the colors of the winning team on like the handles of the vase. Very cool. Also thought of the Premier League title here. I probably would have thrown that into my top
I considered that too. I did briefly consider
I remembered it because like you have the Leicester colors, you have the Chelsea colors, or whatever team wins, you get the colors on it. Beautiful. Like when I win with Nottingham Forest or Swansea City when I play FIFA, it's beautiful.
Yeah. MLS Cup does not do that. I think there was a little bit of confusion when I was saying that, but I was just saying the design was pretty cool.
Lame.
But it used like a ribbon design. They should do that though. I think it'd be cool.
Like when Atlanta United wins again, red and black.
Yeah, that would look sick. All right, my number 2 is the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Like you said, just it's the perfect grabbable, lift it up to the world, and it's like watching Aaron.
Also, a
Donald
good device to bunt with,
or throw across boats.
Yes. Good job, Brady and Gronk.
Yeah, right. I think having trophies that like get replicated like that are actually kind of cool in some sense because it's like
you can have multiple of it. You can have
multiple. Like not only can you have more than one, but the idea that like this when the Rams receive the official like Super Bowl 56 Lombardi Trophy and it gets engraved with the score of the game and everything and it says 56 and it's like this is their trophy. Forever. It is yours forever. Right. No one can take it away. Right. That is really cool. Mm-hmm. That is really cool. But and then ironically, the polar opposite.
It's not as good as number 1. Both of us have the same number 1, I would imagine.
I would like to think
this,
we
of
do.
course, is the Georgia High School State Football Trophy.
Absolutely. No.
Actually, it's more like the South Carolina SC beating Stanley.
The Stanley Cup. Lord Stanley's Cup.
Stanley Cup. It is the cream of the crop.
no trophy better. You got the names engraved along the side. Everybody
you can
who
drink
wins,
out of it.
yes,
Like,
everybody who wins gets to spend a day with it, like a full 24 hours with it. Unless you're Alex
I would eat
Ovechkin, then you
nachos
get like
out
a
of
whole
it.
week with it.
Yes, and you get to take it all over the world.
It's so cool. Like the parade is awesome. The way you lift it is awesome. Fun fact: they actually what they do, because back in the day, like the Stanley Cup used to look a lot different. It was like just the bowl on the top at first, and they had it like were like adding layers on it when they came up with the tradition of like engraving the winners' names on it. And so like what they do now, so there's like the let me pull up an image actually. I think
it would be if you had all of the names from all of the teams in the last 100 plus years, it would be like 18 feet long or something like that.
It would be ridiculously tall,
if not longer than that. So like obviously they can't do that, but it's still very nice how they do the design.
Yeah, the design is perfect. Let me see really quick. And Marvel in its glory. There we go. So basically what I'm trying to explain is like the upper half, I guess, is this part from here to the top remains the same, and then these 5 bands are what gets the names engraved on it. And what they do is when one gets full, they take out the oldest one, put it in the Hall of Fame, and then they put the blank one on there. They put a blank one on the bottom. So it's like you can. It's cool that they have it in the Hall of Fame. So it's like you can. I would like to think they have an exhibit where you can just go and like look at the Stanley Cup next to all of those names. That would be pretty sick. I don't think that's the case, but I know it has a pretty cool room in the
Hockey Hall of Fame is in what, Toronto, right?
Yeah, it's in Toronto.
Okay, I've always wanted to go there. Dad, if you're still watching, we need to book a trip to Toronto.
I have not been there since I was a literal baby, so it would be cool to go there again.
Solid. All right, that'll wrap us up. Anything else you want to touch on?
Our teams have won championships recently, which is cool.
Ooh, yeah. I wonder if there's an article about the Braves. Hey, there's Johnny Romo again.
John
Morant.
So I'm not. Obviously, the draft is this month. We may. Should we tease what we might be doing for the draft?
Absolutely.
Because we might, before the draft, actually, we might be doing another certain mega fan mock draft. Wink, wink.
I'm super
We're planning
excited.
it at least. I don't know what else is going on right now. I don't even know what we're doing for the draft, but we have something planned. Don't worry.
Yeah, because we will have the. Oh, here's another Aaron Donald.
There we go.
Yeah, we will have a show. Here's another Aaron Donald.
There's a lot. I think I read that article online. There's like a lot of Aaron Donalds.
Yeah. So, Tuesday we'll have our normal show. I am the number 2 priority to go to Vegas for the NFL draft. Woo! So if that happens, obviously I'll be in Vegas. So we'd have a slightly different change of scenery. I guess today's Wednesday. It might be another situation that I like at the end of our show. I just leave.
You just get up and leave to the draft.
Yeah, go to the.
That might be what's happening.
Yeah, but we're gonna have some draft content. Jack, you need to read up on some prospects.
I do. If we do a live stream for the draft somehow, big board right there. Yes. So.
Oh, but the Rams don't have a pick until the third round.
They don't have a pick until the third round, but I can maybe still like hop on the stream and talk about something. I don't know. But,
yes. What players most like Aaron Donald? None. Good answer. Thank you, Jack.
Geez. We'll see. It's a lot of wait and sees, but stay tuned because it's going to be exciting.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like the stream, subscribe to the channel, follow us for more great content on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever you have. We're probably on it. Make sure you ring a ding ding, that Le'Veon Bell, that notification bell, so you're notified whenever we upload any content. With that said,
Super Bowl champion
Aaron Donald
trains with knives.
Pew, 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 pew.